Hello, welcome, welcome. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. Hit the like button and share this video. Hello, Sarah Lee. Yes, I would agree to a lot of that. I don't know about it being by design. I certainly hope not. But I guess nothing would surprise me these days. Hey, Beck. How are you doing? How's that baby? No, I got to tell you, so yesterday I recorded this video for this, and I recorded the video, and then I went and did a bunch of stuff for the other channel and did some other things around the house. Last night I went to edit the video, and what happened is a few minutes in, I played a video of the 911 call, and I muted it and kept it muted the whole time. So, hour and 20-minute video, I was muted the whole time. So that was a second attempt I had at making a video on this. So I just said, I'm going to do a live. This is crazy. Hello, Kentucky woman. So frustrating. I know. And I was going to do that. And I thought just, oh my God. It was so annoying. And I actually did edit some of it with the intent to do that. And then I just said, forget it. Ridiculous. But so I don't know, everybody here in Arizona is pretty familiar with this case. But basically what happens is this family, there's a long history. We're going to go over all this, but a long history of abuse with this child. And her father and her father's girlfriend were living here in Phoenix. They had lost custody of Rebekah, the mother and father. For some reason, they were given custody back, and the family moved to a very remote area in Apache County. And at one point, they lived in this, it's called a yurt. It's a tent kind of thing. Never heard of it. They didn't have running water. They didn't have electricity. They didn't have a bathroom. And the neighbors found this little girl in a wash and brought her to the parents, brought her home. The parents called 911. They said she had run away, because she had run away several times. And I personally don't believe that. She was not in the shape to have been able to run away. Hello, Ryan. I don't know. So far, it's in Apache County. I don't know. She actually passed away at Children's Hospital in Phoenix. So I guess I don't believe it's going to be Maricopa County, though. Hey, Frazzled. Okay, yeah, that sounds more like it. I have a photo of this yurt. It's such a sad case, you guys. She's such a beautiful girl. And it was known, all this stuff was known for a long time. I mean, so this is a photo of the yurt. Wait, this is where they were living. Near Holbrook, Arizona. Yeah. Yeah, near Holbrook. Yeah, wait till you see. So basically, it says Rebekah Baptiste's father and his girlfriend were being investigated for physical abuse allegations weeks before the 10-year-old girl died. As the Arizona Department of Child Safety lost track of the couple now charged in her death. Okay, because they moved to this remote place. They're 8 miles off of Highway 180 is where this yurt is. Richard Daniel Baptiste, 32, and his girlfriend, Anicia Woods, 29, were charged on suspicion of first-degree murder. They've actually been charged with first-degree murder at this point. Child abuse and child molestation. The injuries, at the time of her death indicate injuries to her genital area. A lot of injuries to this little girl. She had fingernails missing. And it's weird. At one time, there's a report one of the brothers had a fingernail missing. I don't understand. I don't know what people are doing with that. That's a very strange thing. But the preliminary hearing was held in Apache County. But wait till you see these video. I mean, it's so gross. And the fact is that DCS investigation started when this girl was 8 months old. So she had 10 years of horrible abuse. We're going to go over all the calls. Yeah, isn't that weird? Of all things, I mean, I get bruising. It's not good, but I get the bruising. There were cigarette injuries indicating there had been cigarettes put out on her back. A lot of bruising. But missing fingernails, I thought, was so strange. And like I said, there is a report when the school called. I keep wanting to say CPS. We've always called it CPS here. I guess it's DCS now. But one of the times the brothers had a fingernail missing. It's so strange. But she was such a beautiful girl. And it's, oh my gosh, it just kills you that she had attempted to run away when she lived, when they were still here in Phoenix. She jumped out of a 2-story window, ran to a Quick Trip convenience store, told the manager there that she was being abused. They called the police. She went to the hospital. Every time somebody was called, there were injuries found on these kids. Every time. But nothing was done. It is. I really can't. I know, Kentucky woman. I can't stand it whenever, I mean, the most vulnerable. And when you see how many times they've called, the school had called 12 times. And like I said, though, these started when this child was 8 months old, before she even went to school. So this is a lifelong thing for these people. And I just don't understand how they continue, the system continues to fail these kids. I don't get it. It's so frustrating and it's so sad. So we're going to listen to, and wait, I'm going to read you guys a poem that she wrote. Breaks my heart. Hey, Palettes, good to see you. So this is the 911 call. These people are something else, I tell you. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to go over here, though.
Hearing the 911 calls made in the case of 10-year-old Rebekah Baptiste as she was being transported from her home in the desert. Baptiste was unresponsive by the time she received medical attention and died at Phoenix Children's Hospital 3 days later. Her father, Richard Baptiste, and his girlfriend, Anicia Woods, are now charged with first-degree murder and 3 counts of child abuse. Fox 10's Taylor Wirtz listened to the 911 calls. Taylor, this is a tough story.
Yeah, Ashley, it is. And most 911 calls we listen to show parents manic with fear, tearful, and pleading with first responders. But the woman talking with emergency dispatchers as 10-year-old Rebekah Baptiste was being taken to the hospital had none of those emotions.
911, what's the issue emergency?
Hi, we're headed, we went to the Holbrook, the EMS station.
The 911 calls leading up to 10-year-old Rebekah Baptiste getting medical attention are brief, but they paint a picture of the final moments before EMS found her. As a woman tells the dispatcher, Baptiste is unconscious on their drive to the hospital.
My daughter, she's with us. We live out in the desert, and we're following the Holbrook to the EMS station.
At the time of the call, Baptiste was living on a remote desert property with her father, Richard Baptiste, and his girlfriend, Anicia Woods, who are now charged with first-degree murder in her death and 3 counts of child abuse. The woman on the phone mentions Baptiste running away multiple times.
She ran away for the 3rd time in a week in the desert, and when But the neighbor found her in the wash. She was unresponsive completely. She had ran away. This is like the third time now, and she still hasn't even like really bounced back from the first time. But when the neighbor found her, said that she was just almost gasping. By the time she got back to the house, she was barely breathing, so I breathed for her now. She's unresponsive, unconscious, unable to breathe for herself.
The woman claims to be giving Baptiste mouth-to-mouth in the car.
Is she breathing? I'm breathing for her.
At one point, the operator asks if the woman knows CPR, to which she says this.
Yes, I do, unfortunately.
She also...
Okay, number one, I don't know how she's giving her mouth to mouth when she's on the phone. And I don't know how... What do you mean, unfortunately? Wow. Her picture, the little girl's picture. What do you mean? Kentucky woman, it'll show the woman who is on the phone. It'll show her a lot more. You'll see it.
asks the dispatcher if they should head straight to the hospital.
Would it be easier if we just, is it going to be faster if we just keep going?
To which she is told to wait for EMS to come and start CPR.
I understand that. I need you to pull over so I can have EMS meet you.
The call ends as sirens approach. Police records show the 10-year-old was taken to Little Colorado Medical Center in Holbrook before being flown to Phoenix Children's Hospital, where she died 3 days later. Prosecutors say it was a, quote, long-term horrendous abuse that caused Baptiste's death, with brain bleeding so severe it left her brain dead.
Yeah, we will. I'm going to play another video and you will see you will see the woman that was on the phone. There's a body cam video. It's kind of hard to watch, but you'll be able to see the woman that was on the phone. And so she's a certified nurse's assistant. A lot of people have called her a nurse, but I don't. Even though she wasn't doing that at the time, she supposedly is a certified nurse's assistant. So yeah, we're going to play the body. Let me get it right there. So this is the body cam video from right when they were told to meet them, to meet EMS. Yeah, watch this behavior by the father and the girlfriend. It's crazy. She's so sweet too.
A long crime is giving us an inside view at that tense encounter. Take a look.
They found her in the wash. Okay. And she's been unresponsive.
We didn't know where else to take her. There's no hospital near here.
I do need to warn you, she has.
So,
Who's her parents?
right here. Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry, Reed. She's got his parents.
Oh, okay.
She's been unresponsive since the neighbors were. He said he found her just laying in the wash. She's gasping. How long ago? I don't know how long it took us to get here.
I live.
Like maybe 30 minutes to get here.
We live 20 miles east of Petrified Forest.
And you guys didn't call the ambulance? I was calling and I thought it kept dropping. I talked to a sheriff.
There's no reception out there.
It dropped. I told her we were headed for 20 miles east of the Petrified Forest. This time, this is by far worse.
I was trying to flag somebody down on the side of the road. I thought it was the sheriff, but I don't know. I guess not. He just looked at me.
When are you beginning CPR? LT, can you give me some gloves? Can you grab me some gloves, please? Or you want to take over and I'll grab some?
First responders, they tried desperately to revive this little girl, and they pressed Baptiste and Woods for answers, asking how long she had been unconscious and why CPR hadn't started sooner.
How long has it been since she's been responsive?
We don't know. She ran away and they found her in the dirt. We only know for as long as he got her on the quad and gave her to us.
Where were you guys at?
We live
East of Petrified Forest, and we're like 20 minutes in. So you're in Apache County? Yeah, but we just moved here at the start of the month, so I'm still kind of getting the... She was involved in an accident?
No, she ran away. She's on medications.
Did you hear they asked, was she involved in an accident? Wow. I mean, that's the shape you're in from abuse. Oh my God.
And she hasn't been on these medications in about a month because we've been moving.
Okay.
And then she ran.
Hold on a second. What happened, guys?
Ran away. And when they found her, this is how she was.
How long?
We don't know.
It's been at least 30 minutes.
It took us like 30 minutes just to get here.
I mean, how many times is she going to say she ran away? She ran away. I mean, if she really did, that's not even the point right here. I mean, we've heard this like 4 or 5 times out of this woman's mouth. And no, I don't think she ran away in this kind of shape. I think she was, my opinion, she was put in that wash. They didn't expect the neighbors to come across her.
Okay. Let's get her in our rig. Okay. I think she's been down a while, though. But, we'll just work in a rig, yeah. I didn't know where else to take her. I didn't know where the close places was. Here, let's just like smack down right between here, Concho, and that's it. All right.
Hey, Mama.
Hey,
As first responders rush Rebekah to a waiting truck for treatment, officers then turn their focus on her father. They press Richard Baptiste about the timeline, how neighbors found this girl in the desert, and why she was already unresponsive when she was brought home.
How long has it been since you found her unresponsive?
We don't know. The neighbor.
When did the neighbor bring her?
It's 11:48. It had to have been probably close to 11. At least 30.
What's your neighbor's name?
I don't know. I just moved out here. Most of the people that I know are relatives of my uncle who died. So I'm still getting used to the people. Whose child is that? It's fine. Is that hers too? No, that's my girlfriend.
Did you get her any?
They are total pieces of shit. They are. She had fingernails missing. She had bruises everywhere and cigarettes put out on her. And they have since been charged with sexual molestation. So she had injuries to her private areas. They did end up getting a pulse in the ambulance, but she didn't have one when she first got to the hospital. So you can see they were really trying to save her, but the parents weren't. I think the parents wanted her to be found in that wash later, not alive, and they could play this whole she keeps running away business. This time she didn't run away. The shape she was in, there's no way that she ran away. She was dehydrated severely. Okay, they're in right now. Where they were at was near Holbrook. The first hospital she was taken to was in Winslow, Little Colorado Hospital in Winslow, Arizona, which she was pretty much immediately flown to Children's Hospital. I know. And you know what it's like out there? This is like kind of between Heber and Holbrook area. It's very rural.
No, her name's Rebekah.
I gotta get her ID.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about you guys might have been closer to Concho. We didn't know Concho had a facility that would be able to. Right. Well, EMS would be closer. That's what I was hauling ass to, was the EMS center down there, past the overpass.
Hey, Jerry.
What's a good phone number for you? She's been running away for the last 3 or 4 weeks since we've been here.
Who?
She ran away this morning. We went out and tried to find her, and our neighbor found her.
What time this morning?
We got up about 9:30, so it would have been close to 10:30.
So you guys saw her the night before?
Yeah. We
Okay.
we all sleep in the same building.
Okay.
In the same
And then,
tent, you mean?
you said she ran around that morning, and you guys were trying to find her?
This morning.
This morning, yeah.
This morning, yeah.
And you guys went out trying to find her, and then your neighbors found her?
Neighbor found her, yeah.
Okay, what were they doing down there? How'd they find her?
They were on quads.
They were on their quads. Okay. And then they brought her to you
Yeah.
at your house.
Yeah. Well, it's technically it was my great uncle's. He died recently, so we moved in there.
Okay.
So that's kind of how people know us up there.
Did she have any signs of life when she got brought to you?
She was almost basically like this. She was slightly responsive. She was still breathing on her own.
What do you explain to me what you mean responsive?
Like she was just breathing on her own.
Breathing on her own.
But that was about
Okay.
it. And then as we were driving this way, started seeing color change in her lips, and we would just.
Okay. You said she.
Yeah, she got that when she was in Phoenix.
Okay.
She ran away.
Did you guys take her to get treated for it?
Yes, she has a primary care, and then she also did a 7-day stay down in Phoenix.
Okay.
Not for that, but just for a prior incident.
Okay. And explain to me what you're going through. You said she's diagnosed with what? Can you explain that to me? Okay.
She was on 3 different medications before we left. I can't remember the third one right now. But it's been a little bit since she's been on her medication since we moved up here.
While paramedics worked on Rebekah, officers also turned their attention to the other children. Sitting quietly in the back of a patrol vehicle, they described to police what they saw that morning.
Hi, guys. You guys doing okay?
Yeah.
Yeah? So what happened today?
Today she ran away.
She ran away?
Yeah.
Okay. And then what happened?
And then she came back home.
Okay. When she came back home, how did that?
You can see they keep coming over there to the car, probably trying to intimidate the children into not answering, because they give them, they tell them what to say. I don't believe she ran away. Look at the shape she's in. How did she run away? They said the neighbors found her in a wash and brought her, but she didn't put herself in that wash. I don't believe. With the severity of her injuries, that wouldn't have happened. And yeah, then the little boy just says, and then she came back home. You can tell he doesn't really know what to say. But the parents have said she ran away about 12 times already. So, stupid.
So, did mom and dad bring her home?
No. One of our neighbors from there, they saw them laying, they saw her laying down on the ground, and then they brought her back home.
Oh, they brought her home? Okay. All right. What's your name? How do you spell it? What's your last name?
Baptiste.
Okay, like your dad? Okay. You know when you were born? Yeah? Okay. And what's your name? Can you spell that? Sure, same last name? Okay, how old are you? 6?
And as detectives continue their questioning, they are pressing these adults on her care, on her schooling, her history of running away. Both Richard Baptiste and Anicia Woods, they describe these past incidents, including times that the 10-year-old had even apparently jumped from windows to escape.
How old is she?
She's 10.
Where does she go to school?
We haven't set that up yet.
No school yet?
No, we were trying to get her either into Concho.
What do you mean? We haven't set that up yet. Yeah. The father does apparently at some point tell them that she might have run away because he had beat her.
Who's her primary care?
So I just had him switched over to.
How long ago?
That was about 2 weeks ago, but her former one, his name is.
Hang on just a second. Who did she see over?
I'm sorry, what?
Where was she? Who was she seeing? Do you know the doctor's name?
She hasn't. They haven't had their. None of them have their initial appointment.
They haven't been in there yet.
No.
So who's the last doctor she's seen and been treated by? Spell that. I'm gonna need a number for him anyway. So.
Yeah, let me look it up.
Okay.
Breathing.
All right, ma'am. So walk me through what happened today.
We were outside starting the morning. Before I can get waters in the bottles, she went running off again.
Okay, you saw her run off?
No, she disappears. We have them play in the yard, and she was supposed to go stand in the shade and go wait for me, because that's where we've been keeping her, to be outside. She can't be trusted in the building because she gets there. There's knives, there's weapons, there's everything.
Okay.
So I had her standing outside. I turned around to go grab waters for bottles, and she was gone.
Okay.
Don't you love that? She can't be trusted. She's 10 years old. Who can't be trusted? She's the one with all the injuries. A Wash, Kentucky woman it's a natural thing that just kind of forms in the ground from water, like rainwater. We have a wash on our property up north. Yeah, kind of like, yeah, with water in it. Yeah. They don't always have water, though. In fact, here in the desert, they rarely do have water. Ours does anyway. So it just depends. But yeah, you're thinking along the right lines.
Was she complaining of any pain, any sickness, anything like that today?
She's been complaining of a headache.
A headache?
Ever since she ran away the first day, she's been complaining of a headache.
Okay, she's been this is frequently running away lately?
It's 3 times in less than 2 weeks.
She actually ran away a week before we moved out here. So
yeah, she actually jumped out the window. I was telling the other officer over there in the beige that she, just before we came up here, I didn't tell him about what he was bringing up. My dad brought up, she just ran away before we came up here. That one was super serious. She kicked out a screen and jumped out
How long ago was
the
that?
second floor window.
It was
a week before we moved here.
It was the last week of June.
So it sounds like there's been a history of behavioral issues?
Yes, he was asking me if she had a history. She's had this long history of running away.
Okay.
So I don't know exactly where. Do you know where they're going? Because
It's a long history of abuse, is what it is. She's a sweet girl. Wait till you hear this poem. I'm telling you, it's hard to. I cried the first time I read it.
LCMC. Little Colorado Medical Center in Winslow.
Will one of you guys be able to like We follow someone that way. We don't know the area.
I can just Google it.
Yeah, I'll get you the address.
All right, we're not from this area.
They go to LCMC?
Most likely, unless they got a pulse.
Did they?
Yeah.
I noticed when he had handed her to us that bulge in her chest, and that was making me afraid of. I didn't even think to start CPR. I just thought, let me keep breathing for her and let's just go.
Okay.
But I was telling that officer she has a long history of no like physical health conditions, but it's mental health. For like the last 3 years,
Has she been seeing a provider for her mental health?
We took her to Tarot. She was seeing a psychiatrist there that put her on medication.
Yes, Frazzled, you notice that? Me too. Me too. Wow. So gross.
Teros. Terros.
Who's the doctor?
It was starts with a K, but it's yes, ma'am.
With a
K. Last name is K.
K.
Yes.
And then where was that?
It's in Phoenix. So there's multiple offices, but it's one off of. And what was that other street, babe?
How long did she see them?
She's been seeing them for like 2.5 years. Since we first had an incident, we basically took her there.
And here's the thing. As the questioning continues, officers learn this isn't the first time state agencies have been involved. The parents admit that this little girl had prior DCS cases, including time spent on a psychiatric hold, and that custody had only recently been returned.
Going to Colorado Medical Center, I think it's like 1520 Williamson in Winslow right now until they can get a medical air back. And if she gets air back, they'll probably take her to Flagstaff. And at Flagstaff, they may or may not take her down to Phoenix. So
for Phoenix Children's.
Yeah. So I would just follow up with the hospitals. That'll be the fastest route to figure that out.
And that's where I was telling you. I told him the first time that she ran away, she was taken over to Phoenix Children's Hospital and she ended up on a 7-day hold, a psychiatric hold. She has a long history with running to DCS and making up stories of her brothers.
So there has been DCS cases before?
Yeah, I
just got them back from the state.
Okay, who is your caseworker?
No, there is none now.
Well, who was?
There was multiple. The last one was transferred to a different division.
When was the last time you had contact with them?
The case was closed May
of this year?
May of last year.
Last year?
That's when we got our youngest back.
Okay.
And that's when the official case was closed. Her case was closed about a year before that.
Okay.
But she still, while his case was open, DCS kept having new cases open because Rebekah would go to school and had all these different allegations. And what was becoming alarming to not only her therapist, but to the DCS workers was that she started having markings. Like she had bruises on her hands and her arms, and they took pictures. I thought Rebekah had told her that he had done it. And it was her way to try to get taken out. The first time she ran away, she told us that she didn't want to live here. She was just trying to leave. But we explained to her, everyone explained to her the dangers that come with this. She did. She ran away like 3 days after that. And then now this. But she's been complaining of headaches since the first day and basically dehydrated ever since the first day. I was telling him her mouth has been really bad since the first day.
Okay, I need to talk with him real quick. So who is the biological mother?
Her name is Sandy Hawkins.
Spell that.
Sandi. And then Hawkins is Hawkins.
HAWK what?
INS.
Okay, where does she live?
No idea. She's a drug addict.
Okay, where's the last place you know of her being?
She was in Phoenix, and it was some apartment complex off of. I don't even remember the name of it.
Has she been in the little girl's life at any point, visiting, anything like that?
She stopped coming to visits.
About 2.5, 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Do you have a number for her?
No.
Is there a way to get a hold of her?
I would assume Facebook Messenger. Okay. I don't have contact with her. Just.
Do you know her date of birth by any chance?
I'm sorry, what?
Do you know Sandy's date of birth? long has it been since mom's been involved, you said?
2.5 years.
2 years?
2.5, maybe 3.
Do you have full custody? How's that go?
So I just got the kids back, and I've been working on getting full custody.
Okay, so you guys, between you and her, you have shared right now?
Only through whatever legal standpoint that is.
Okay.
I just don't have.
Yeah, her mom was coming to visit Ty, and DCS basically told us don't do visits if she's going to be like that. We'll take care of them, and she never did them.
Okay.
And then she never showed up to any courts, never did drug testing, never did anything. So I just let bygones be bygones, essentially.
Okay.
Well, technically, you're not supposed to.
Well, they both lost custody, the mother and the father. For whatever reason, he was given custody back. Because we'll go over the record in just a minute. It's a lot. But yeah, you do have to wonder why she's running away so much. You also have to wonder why every time they're called, they think that it's her, that she's just making stuff up. When you had already lost custody, how is it that they're not seeing these signs? The school called 12 times. The police were involved. Every time they were just dropped. They had her on a 7-day hold, psychiatric hold. What the hell? This is crazy.
We don't have a choice. We tried calling you guys.
That's a good phone number.
Yeah.
Okay, I called you just notified them. So they're supposed to be calling me back, and then I'll get your information and stuff like that. So, okay.
Where we live, the reception's really terrible, so text is a good follow-up. Okay. Or email.
Is this my email too? Just because I don't know out here, is this really the only way? Like, it's just call 911 and hope for the signal?
Okay, that's enough of that. No, they don't act like people who are concerned about this child. Of course they're not. They're concerned about themselves right now because they know full well what they have done. So the report it starts let me see. I'm going to read this report, but I thought I might put this up while I read the report. We might have a hummingbird. We might have a little visit. So let's see. Okay, so it's a preliminary report. This was done on 8/20/25. The incident this happened was on July 27th, and she passed away July 30th. Oh, okay, Frazzle. Hey, Two Skulls. I do too. I love hummingbirds. Sometimes they'll go a little while without coming, but then they'll come like every 5 to 10 minutes, usually. So I thought it'd be kind of nice to just, whenever we do a trial, I'm going to have the hummingbird thing up simultaneously with the trial, just to kind of, it's always hard to watch all this really ugly stuff, so it kind of helps. So it says the victim, 10-year-old Rebekah Baptiste, date of notification 7/27/25, date of fatality 7/30/25. This is the Arizona Department of Child Safety preliminary report. And this was date of determination that the fatality was a result of abuse or neglect, 8/8/25. Apache County, Concho, Arizona. Alleged perpetrators, Richard Baptiste and Alicia Woods. On July 27, 2025, the Department of Child Safety received a report regarding 10-year-old Rebekah Baptiste, who was brought to the hospital by medical services after being found unresponsive near a wash. Upon examination, multiple injuries were discovered, indicating non-accidental trauma. The child ultimately died due to her injuries. The department filed a dependency petition as to Rebekah's siblings in the Maricopa County Superior Court. July 29, 2025, Rebekah's father, Richard Baptiste, and his significant other, Anicia Woods, were charged in the Apache Superior County Court with attempted first-degree murder. The charges have been upgraded to first-degree murder, child abuse, and child molestation. So the history of this begins August 29th, 2015. Okay. Rebekah was 8 months old. The department received a report alleging neglect to Rebekah by her mother and father. The report alleged concerns about the condition of the home, as well as possible drug use from parents. DCS investigation did not result in evidence to support the allegation. The case was still open when a second report came in. Okay. On May 2016, department received a report alleging neglect to Rebekah by her mother and father. The report alleged Rebekah had severe diaper rash and an ear infection that was not being addressed. The investigation did not result in evidence to support the allegation. The allegation was unsubstantiated. The family was referred to Building Resilient Families, and the case was closed on May 12th. So those two then were closed, that 2015, 2016 case. Now, October 2017, department received a report alleging neglect to a child by their mother and father. The report alleged that a 10-month-old child was being left alone for several hours. DCS investigation did not result in evidence to support the allegation. The family was provided a list of community resources and daycare, which they declined. The case was closed December 2017. On March 14th, 2019, the department received a report alleging neglect to Rebekah and her siblings by their mother and father. The report alleged the mother had exposed the children to substances during her pregnancy. The DCS investigation resulted in Rebekah and her siblings being removed and placed out of the home in out-of-home care. A dependency petition was filed with the Maricopa County Superior Court, and the allegations were substantiated. The department provided services to the family, the father, Richard, and granted physical custody of the children by the court in 2022. The dependency involving Rebekah and sibling was dismissed by the court in May 2023. As a result of reunification with her father, the dependency involving another sibling was dismissed by the court on July 2024 as a result of reunification with the father. I'm not understanding why the father got... So this doesn't even make sense to me. If the father, they were placed out of the home in 2019, were given, reunification happened in 2022. This now says in July 2021, the department received a report alleging neglect to a child by their mother and father. The report alleged that the mother exposed a child to substance during her pregnancy. The DCS investigation resulted in the child being removed from the home and placed in a foster home. This doesn't make sense. It says the department was providing services to the family through the open dependency, but father relinquished his rights to the child. The mother's parental rights were terminated. The dependency was dismissed on December 15th, 2022. This doesn't even make any sense. On November 2nd, 2023, the department received a report alleging physical abuse to a child by Miss Woods. Okay, so now this is not the mother anymore. The mother's rights were terminated. The father was given reunification with the children. Well, it's a new report. Here, let me show the report. We will put the... It was just done on the 8th of August. Yeah, it has all the old stuff. Yeah, that's why. Okay. See, so this was done, or 8/20 of this year. This just doesn't make sense. So apparently, based on the March 2019 call, okay, so it sounds okay. The March 2019 call, and then apparently another call on July 2021 is when they took the kids, gave them back to the father in 2022. And it was dismissed in 2023. Okay, and that would have been, okay, that was in May of 2023. Then November of 2023, the department received a report alleging physical abuse to and by Miss Woods. The report alleged the child had a scratch on her neck that was caused by Miss Woods. The DCS investigation did not result in any evidence to support the allegation. The allegation was unsubstantiated. Community supports were provided to the family, and all other services were declined by the family. The case was closed. Then January 2024, the department received a report alleging neglect to Rebekah Baptiste and a child by their father. The DCS investigation did not result in evidence to support the allegation. The case was still open when a second report was received in February of 2024. I mean, really? Yeah, this has all of them. So there was constant reports made. Now, the school says it called 12 times. DCS is saying that didn't happen. This just goes on and on. See, case closed February 2025. I'm just saying the whole history. You know, this has gone on this child's entire life. This was so preventable. This is my problem with it. It's preventable. You can't have that many calls and never anything is, there has to be something to it. Now, of course, in my opinion, this is the kind of stuff which is why when you have people online calling for no reason, when you have people calling, that's why you can't have that. This has to be taken serious. How in the hell is it closed constantly? And they took the children out of the home, gave them back. I don't get it. There's also police reports. I mean, the girl jumped out of the window, a second story window, went to QT. They took her to the hospital, ended up putting her on a psychiatric hold. At what, like 9 years old? This is from the police reports.
News exclusive. We're learning more about an interaction Phoenix police had with 10-year-old Rebekah Baptiste and her family 4 months before she died. Good evening, and thanks for joining us tonight for 12 News at 10. I'm Mark Curtis.
I'm Troy Hayden. Caribe is off tonight. This visit from police happened in April, shortly before Rebekah's father and his girlfriend moved the whole family to rural Apache County. And that's where officials say Rebekah was tortured and eventually killed.
12 News journalist Bianca Bono is with us in studio. And Bianca, we know there were numerous reports before this happened, before she died. What happened on this occasion?
Well, Rebekah had been absent from school for several days, which concerned staff there. When they showed up to her home, she had a black eye. But a police report reviewed by 12 News shows no photographs were taken of Rebekah's injuries, and the case was closed. A Phoenix police report viewed by 12 News detailing what police saw on April 10th.
See, this is so frustrating. They didn't take a picture of the black eye. When the school is calling, they're with them every day. That should be taken very serious. I don't know how many times these kids have to die before they take this shit serious.
When they showed up here where 10-year-old Rebekah Baptiste was living. She and her two brothers had been absent from school in Power College Prep.
At day 4, one of her teachers noticed, and that is not surprising given what she was witnessing in class with Rebekah every single day.
So the school's assistant principal and a Phoenix police school resource officer showed up to the home. The report says upon arrival, when questioned about the absences, Rebekah's father's girlfriend, Anicia Woods, cited several different reasons, including illness, allergies, sore throat, coughing, an upcoming funeral, and an unexpected car radiator needing repair prior to departing for the funeral. The officer then asked to see the children. After a short delay, The kids came to the door. All three appeared to be in good spirits, smiling and stating they were kind of sick. But Rebekah had a black eye. The officer was told she was at a birthday party 5 days earlier and was hit by a ball, resulting in the injury. The officer who wrote the report said, while there was no indication the injury was intentional or the result of abuse, it did give pause due to her missing the past 4 days of school. The report also notes that police were aware of the school staff's general concerns for the children's welfare. The report says school employees made prior DCS calls reference the family for general concerns surrounding discipline techniques, including running laps around the apartment barefoot and planks. Despite all of that information, the report says that no pictures of Rebekah's injury were taken that day. Police did contact DCS, where an employee stated they would consider the incident an information report. The officer concluding the report by writing, "There is no indication of abuse, and I was provided a plausible explanation for the injury." A supplemental report also viewed by 12 News showed another Phoenix police employee was assigned to the case, running a background check on Richard Baptiste and Anicia Woods. The report shows multiple prior DCS and Phoenix police interactions with the family, where each report was closed out. Before closing out this April report, the officer wrote, "At this time, there is insufficient evidence substantiating criminal child abuse or criminal child neglect." In late July, officials say Rebekah was murdered by her father and his girlfriend after she was tortured and abused.
Trust that we do look back and look at how we did things in the past.
Prior to 12 News reviewing this report, Phoenix's new chief of police, Matt Giordano, was asked about this case.
We always look at ways we could have done things differently if there, and look for any kind of mistakes we might have made. I'm not saying we did, but we always look at that. We're very reflective.
And we know there is body camera footage of this incident. We have requested that from the Phoenix Police Department. We will update you when we receive it. Mark?
Bianca, it's so easy to point fingers at DCS, and yet Phoenix police on numerous occasions were called out there. They had reports from the school. They had reports from other places. This wasn't the first interaction. Wouldn't taking a photograph be sort of standard operating procedure?
Yeah, Phoenix police said they had 5 interactions in total involving Rebekah Baptiste, her siblings, or her family. But yes, regarding the photograph, that was the first question I had.
Well, of course they had reason to take a photograph and to do something. So the police had 5 interactions. That's separate from DCS. I mean, I don't know what more. And like I said, the school's with them every day. The teacher sees things every day. They also, all the kids had told them that there wasn't food at the house. And I've heard a lot of different reports of this doing planks and running around the complex without shoes in Arizona, really? And in this yurt tent thing they were living in Concho, there were 2 beds. There was a mattress on the floor, supposedly for dad and girlfriend. There was a blow-up mattress for the boys, the 2 younger boys. They're 8 and 6. And Rebekah was sleeping on an outside furniture cushion because that was part of her discipline. That's what they say. There was no running water, no electricity. There was an outside bathroom that did not work. And there were animal feces all over the ground inside this tent. Just the living conditions themselves. Very, very troubling. Way too many reports made. And then this is really going to tear you up. Look at this. At this poem that she wrote. It's, oh my gosh, this gets my heart really bad. It says magenta, in parentheses, pink if you don't know, by Rebekah. If you want to find magenta, smell a lovely flower or find a plant with pink leaves. Some really do have them. Chew some bubble gum, look at my backpack, or stick out your tongue after a lolly. Go to the farm and find a pig, or watch the road to find a Barbie car if you want to find magenta. Oh my gosh. About the author. My name is Rebekah Baptiste. I am in 3rd grade. I go to Empower College Prep. Some of my favorite things about school are my teacher, because I love her, and math. In math, I like to do fractions, and I like to read the I Survive books. I have enjoyed math because fractions. I love to do 1/4 equals 2/8. Learning about endangered animals makes me feel sad because animals should be loved and not harmed. I hope that endangered animals will survive. Oh my gosh. Isn't that so sad? She should have been loved and not harmed. What a sweet girl, though. And she didn't have a chance. I know. I know. I read this. The first time I read that, I totally just sobbed. And then I was telling Mr. Snotty about it. And I was like, let me read you this poem. And he was like, no, I can't listen to that. Oh my gosh. And the thing with the whole nails, like, I don't know what they were doing. When she ended up dying, she had missing fingernails. One of the cases from the brothers, when the school had called, one of the brothers was missing a fingernail. I don't know what the hell they were doing. That is so weird to me. Yes. Yep, Sicilian, it does. Good to see you. Did you watch The Unknown Number? I've been meaning, I told myself to ask you that next time I saw you. Yeah, it reminds me of Gabriel. Remember the police went there and told Gabriel about lying to police and all that? Isn't it crazy? I can't get over that one. So obviously we don't have a schedule yet for the trial. Even when we do, it's going to change. it'll probably change several times. And I don't know if it'll be in Apache County or in Maricopa County, but I'm going to stay on top of it, obviously. And yes, Sicilian, wow, is really, I'm still saying it. Okay, we'll put this on for just a second. Maybe we can see a birdie. I know. I know what you're saying. I made myself a shirt. Can you guys see it? Wow, I made myself I have a lot of other type and a lot of other designs I'm working on, but I had to do some other vinyl, so I just did this one really quick. I wish we would have somebody come visit. You like it? I actually had some other stuff. I wrote America out, but whenever I was peeling it, I messed it up, so I left that out. Obviously. Maybe we can get one visit. When I was getting things ready for this live, oh, look, right there. Oh, look. Oh, I'm so glad you came to visit. Oh, I love that. The two that we one is called Anna's hummingbird and one is a ruby-throated hummingbird. Oh, so sweet for them to make an appearance. I love that. But so we'll stay on top of this. But for me, I mean, how many more is it going to take before we make some changes? I mean, clearly, how are people, kids without fingernails? What the hell has happened? That's not even, how do you put that off as even getting hit in the face with the ball and stuff? How the hell are nails coming off? It just makes me sick. But she does, Sicilian. She does. I agree. And neither one of them were concerned. And the father actually looked more concerned whenever he found out that the EMTs had gotten a pulse. But look at the shape she was in. She didn't run away. She was She had brain bleeding that caused brain damage. There's no way. She was dehydrated, a ton of injuries. It's classified as torture. My personal opinion, she did not put herself in that wash. You know, they love the whole thing about her running away. I think they put her in that wash and they were hoping she would be found later. And, or, you know, they were going to call in or missing or something. They didn't expect people to bring her, find her and bring her home. That's my opinion. Yeah, it's horrible, Cecilian. It's horrible. The CPS call started when she was 8 months old. I mean, I can't stand it. So I was thinking I might take a drive over there. It's a few hours away. I thought I might try to go and get that, get some video of that yurt. Yeah, isn't it? We've had these two hanging around the house ever since we moved here. And they come and go quite a bit during the day. I mean, typically, even when I go out there to the feeder, they're buzzing around me. But I'm going to set up, I have a bath for them, but it's around the corner a little bit. You can't see it very well from here. And then it's very blurred, but there I have more feeders, and I got this one thing that supposedly they like to fly through. I don't know. That's what it was advertised as. I'm going to move some of that stuff up closer. So, and you can see the tree right across. That's where they go at night. I watch them. When they leave, they go right back over there. So they like to hang out here. But because I have the other feeders over here, I feel like maybe, you know, they go there sometimes too. But I hate to move any of their feeders because they've been there. And I don't want them to come looking and them not be there. But, okay, I'm going to end this. And I will probably be back on later today. And go over some other things. But I wanted to get this one done. I've been working on this one a long time, and I can't believe I've messed it up so many times. So I just decided to do a live real quick. But I will probably be back on later this evening. Yeah, apparently they were Kentucky women. That's all the allegations were unfounded every time. All right, everybody, have a good rest of your day, and I will see you later, probably. Thank you so much. Love you guys.